swallow it, you slather it on your skin. We want to hear from the experts, and our highest hope is that you leave here with the knowledge to feel confident and to continue this conversation. And I will kickstart this with beautiful Anna, who's from Miss Grass.
We're a cannabis brand for modern women, is basically how we talk about it. And what we are, in effect, is a CBD marketplace and an online magazine. I think the conversation for the past year or so has been around cannabis and beauty and the opportunity there, but I think we're only just starting to see now the conversation that I think is actually a lot more important, which is one around social equity. So, I mean, this panel is a perfect example. There's 4 white women on the stage right now. Effectively, this industry has been built on the backs of people who are not in the industry now, for the most part. There are people who are in jail, there are people who have criminal records, there are people who are not allowed to work in the industry because of that. And so I think the really important thing for everybody who's involved in this industry is to make sure that we're always talking about that. So when we have a microphone, we're talking about CBD, we're talking about beauty, great. We're also talking about how we're going to make sure that this industry becomes inclusive, that everybody is a part of it, and that everybody is represented. I think historically, it's not normal for brands to sort of have a political point of view, but cannabis is inherently political, and everybody who engages with the plant needs to think about it like that. There are a lot of brands out there that are doing a lot of good work around that, so just to make sure that you align with those brands. But in terms of the destigmatization, for me, it all ladders back up to that. And it's starting to change, but I think we have a long way to go.
Yeah, I
came out with a story that we did in partnership with a scientist named Alex Capano. And basically what we're saying is there is no difference between hemp-derived and marijuana-derived CBD, despite what everybody says, including the experts. That the distinction is really political more than anything else. And so, and the political part goes back to what we were just talking about. It goes back to the war on drugs, it goes back to reefer madness, it goes back to making sure that people of color go to jail and that everybody else gets to use cannabis just as they please. And so this is, it doesn't seem like a big deal to somebody who doesn't know that history, but it is a really, really big deal. So we're advocating really hard to make sure that people understand that hemp and marijuana-derived CBD are exactly the same thing. The government doesn't want you to think that they aren't. I mean, obviously I love CBD, but I also love smoking weed and I love getting high. So I always try and explain that. I think it's an important distinction to make because I think there are a lot of people out there right now who are trying to sanitize cannabis, make it so clean. And I mean, yes, we talk about elevating the brand and the industry and elevating the plant and all that stuff, but I just want to say Miss Grass is not trying to elevate it by being getting high is not cool. We're all about it. So I love CBD.
What are women embracing and what are they resisting, would you say?
So you guys have jumped onto the right bandwagon. People are really excited about beauty. But just this idea of how cannabis and how CBD can sort of lend itself to being hotter. Took a minute. It started really serious, but I'm actually fun. I love smoking weed. Marijuana in the workplace. You mean CBD or getting high?
Getting high.
Oh, a lot of friends who function smoking weed who wake up in the morning and get high. It's not something I do, but if it works for you, go for it. I just want to qualify it for everybody because cannabis is very complicated, and so these kind of conversations, anytime you go to these things, should and are good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
We learned from that we're done with just wanting to be beautiful. We want to be well, and we want our beauty to be coming from the inside and to be supported by things that we use on the outside. Go online, we scrape PubMed and PubChem for all of the ingredients that are currently available in formulations in skincare. And then we do a whole bunch of machine learning and a ton of AI algorithms to actually grade every single ingredient on 14 dimensions of benefits and 4 of toxicity. So, yeah, actually the latest number is 8,900 ingredients that we have rated that way. Actually, right now, the FDA doesn't really regulate beauty in this country. In the European Union, there are over 1,400 ingredients that are banned in skincare and beauty and cosmetics. And in the United States, out of these 1,400 ingredients, 13 are banned. The rest of them we're slathering all over ourselves every day. That I woke up to, and basically what we do is we fill the void of regulation with information. So phthalates, very quickly, it's a plasticizer. It actually is what makes all of your fragrances, anything that contains fragrance, has phthalates in it. Phthalates have a very, very direct relationship to male infertility. The digestion that happens through the skin is so much faster than it would be if it was ingested or in any other way. Most likely, the producer will want to do something to make it shelf stable or to make it smell nice or to make it easily spreadable on the skin. And it's just so much easier to make product with the bad stuff than it is to make product with the good stuff. How clean is clean? You know, where do you stop? Where do you draw the line? Because you could potentially start consuming products that are all organic and, you know, it's basically some fruit puree mixed with coconut butter and all that stuff. But at the same time, those things might be moldy, and then you would be putting mold on your skin. I think that the right balance is actually anything that is an actual emulsion, not a pure distilled oil. If they're pure and they have been refined, they don't require any preservation whatsoever for them to be shelf stable and for you to be able to use them with no problem. The thing is that our skin also, you know, to stay youthful, it needs some other things that will require to be emulsified with those oils. And once those emulsions start to be created, in order for them to be shelf stable, some amount of preservatives is required. Thankfully, there are a lot of actually good preservatives.
Those carbs out there are doing skin damage to us right now. Like, that's what life is, right? Like, stress can do that. Our lives are continuously off balance, and your skin definitely has to fight that constantly. The question is, what are you doing to help to balance that out? Taking the time to be here and support us, so thank you again. So, Jeff, like, thank you again for being here. You know, when we launched and I kind of reached out to this like really cool, like good-looking CBD celebrity chef out there, and I was like, hey, we have this little workshop that we're putting on, and he just has always supported Charly and I like unconditionally, and in fact, you know, and then this beautiful woman over here, Charly, my business partner, yeah, we did it. So.